Good day, everyone. Today we're embarking on a journey to a place that seems to have leapt right out of the pages of a fairy tale. High up on a cliff in Germany's Swabian Alps sits Lichtenstein Castle. This magnificent structure, perched precariously on the edge, offers a breathtaking view that is nothing short of spectacular. It looks like it's straight out of a storybook, doesn't it? With its turrets and towers, it captures the imagination and transports you to a world of knights, princesses, and epic adventures. Its towers reach for the clouds, its walls whisper stories of brave knights, and the view goes on forever over rolling hills and green forests. The castle's architecture is a testament to the ingenuity and artistry of its builders. This isn't just a castle, it's like a dream, a symbol of a time long ago, and it shows just how amazing people can be. The morning light casts a magical glow on its stone walls, making it look even more enchanting. But Lichtenstein is more than just a pretty face. It's a place where history comes alive, where every stone has a story to tell, and where visitors can feel the echoes of the past. It's got a rich history, amazing architecture, and it means a lot to people from all over the world. The castle has stood the test of time, witnessing countless events and changes over the centuries. Whether you love history, cool buildings, or just a beautiful castle, Lichtenstein will grab your attention and you won't forget it. The sight of tourists admiring its grandeur is a testament to its enduring appeal. Let's go inside and discover the secrets of this magical German treasure. As we walk through its grand entrance, we'll uncover the stories and legends that make Lichtenstein Castle a true fairy tale fortress. To really get Lichtenstein Castle, we need to go back in time to the Middle Ages. This was a time of great change and turmoil, where the landscape of Europe was dotted with fortresses and castles, each with its own story to tell. It was an era defined by knights, chivalry, and of course, castles. These castles were not just grand structures. They were symbols of power and authority, standing tall amidst the chaos of medieval life. Castles weren't just homes for kings and queens. They were a sign of power, important for battles, and the center of everything. They served as military strongholds, administrative centers, and residences for nobility. The architecture of these castles was designed to withstand sieges and attacks, with thick walls, battlements, and moats. The first time anyone mentioned a castle where Liechtenstein is was way back in the 1200s. Historical records from this period are scarce, but they give us a glimpse into the past and the importance of such fortifications. This first castle, built by the lords of Liechtenstein, was probably much simpler than the grand castle we see today. It would have been a modest stone fortress, providing protection and a base of operations for the local lords. It was destroyed twice, in 1311 and 1381. These destructions were likely the result of conflicts and power struggles that were common during the medieval period. This shows us how rough things were back then. Everyone wanted control of important places like this. Castles like Liechtenstein were often at the center of battles and sieges, as different factions vied for control over strategic locations. The ruins and remnants we see today are a testament to the turbulent history and the resilience of these structures. What we see today is mostly from a rebuild in the 1800s, but don't let that fool you. Lichtenstein Castle is a masterpiece of romantic architecture, a style that was all about feelings, imagination, and nature. Think tall towers, walls with little gaps for shooting arrows, pointed arches. It's all there. Liechtenstein isn't just a copy of an old castle, it's a new take on it, a dreamy version of the past. This mix of history and imagination is what makes Liechtenstein so special. Liechtenstein's story doesn't end in the Middle Ages. In the 1680s, it became a ruin. But then, in the early 1800s, King Wilhelm I of Württemberg, who loved history and romantic things, brought it back to life. He loved the ruins and decided to rebuild the castle as a hunting lodge and a tribute to medieval times. He got Karl Alexander Heideloff, a famous architect, to do the job. Heideloff finished the rebuild in 1842, turning Liechtenstein into the fairy tale castle we see today. Liechtenstein Castle is more than just a pretty sight. It's a big part of German history and something they're proud of. It's been in German art, books, and music, inspiring heaps of creative stuff. You'll see its picture on postcards, posters, and even stamps. It's been in movies and TV shows too. But most importantly, Lichtenstein Castle is a symbol of Germany's history and how good they are at building things. Here's something interesting. Lichtenstein Castle is connected to a book. Wilhelm Hauff wrote a novel called In 1826, a romantic story set in the 1500s. Hauff's book is a German classic, telling the story of a bloke trying to get his family's castle back from a mean count. His descriptions of the castle and its surroundings, along with the exciting story, made people fall in love with Liechtenstein. The book made people really interested in medieval history and architecture, which is one of the reasons the castle was restored. Today, Liechtenstein Castle is a popular spot for tourists. People come from everywhere to see its beauty, explore its rooms, and enjoy the amazing views. The castle is well looked after, and it's now a museum showing how people lived there ages ago. You can check out the armory, chapel, and the big hall, and see the fancy woodwork, stained glass windows, and old furniture. There are tours too, which tell you all about the castle's history and what it means. Liechtenstein Castle is in southwest Germany, about an hour's drive south of Stuttgart. It's open all year round, but the opening times change depending on the season. Check the website for the latest info on times, ticket prices, and tours. The castle is up on a cliff, so be ready for a bit of a walk to get to the entrance. The walk is worth it though, for the incredible views. After you've seen the castle, have a wander through the forest. There are walking trails, picnic spots, and stunning views of the Swabian Alps. Liechtenstein Castle is more than just a pretty picture or a fairy tale setting. Nestled in the Swabian Alps of Germany, this castle stands as a testament to the rich tapestry of history and culture that has shaped this region. Its striking appearance, perched precariously on a cliff, makes it look like something straight out of a storybook, but its significance runs much deeper. It's a real piece of history, a brilliant piece of architecture, and something really important to German culture. Built in the 19th century, the castle was inspired by Wilhelm Hauff's novel Lichtenstein, which romanticized medieval chivalry and knighthood. The architecture reflects a blend of Gothic revival and Romantic styles, making it a unique landmark. Its story goes back centuries, through war and peace, ruin and rebuilding. Originally, a fortress stood on this site as early as the 12th century, but it was destroyed and rebuilt multiple times. The current structure, completed in 1842, was commissioned by Duke Wilhelm of Urach, who was captivated by the romantic ideals of the past. When you're standing at Liechtenstein, looking out over the hills and forests, think about the castle's long and interesting past. Imagine the strategic importance it once held, guarding the region and offering a vantage point over the surrounding lands. The view itself is a living canvas, changing with the seasons and weather, each moment offering a new perspective. Imagine the knights who guarded it, their armor glinting in the sunlight as they stood watch over the castle's walls. These were men of honor and duty, whose lives were dedicated to protecting their lord and the lands they served. The nobles who had feasts there, celebrating victories and alliances with grand banquets in the castle's great hall. These gatherings were filled with music, laughter, and the clinking of goblets, a stark contrast to the battles fought outside its walls, and the artists and writers who were inspired by it. The castle's romantic allure has drawn countless creatives over the years, each one finding their own muse in its timeless beauty. From painters capturing its silhouette against the sky to writers weaving tales of adventure and romance, Liechtenstein has been a wellspring of inspiration. Liechtenstein Castle is a place where history comes to life, where the echoes of the past can still be heard in its halls and corridors. Walking through its rooms, you can almost feel the presence of those who lived and loved here, their stories etched into the very stones. Where you can let your imagination run wild, picturing yourself in a different era, surrounded by the sights and sounds of medieval life. It's a place where both young and old can find a sense of wonder and adventure, making it a perfect destination for families and history enthusiasts alike, and where the magic of the past continues to amaze people from all over the world. Whether you're a history buff, an architecture lover, or simply someone looking for a beautiful place to explore, Lichtenstein Castle offers a glimpse into a world where legends were born and history was made.